Good afternoon, OTT Sports Network across the world. We are back on Sheet 3 South Suburban Sports Complex, taking on the Boulder Futures team. Harry Haviland, Brian Bodane back with you for another exciting tilt here, Brian. Another team we have not seen all season. They played a couple yesterday. I was getting the scoop upstairs. They beat our maize team 4-0 and lost to the white team 7-3.
Holy cow, that's a... Wow, I didn't know that, Harry.
So we are up for one here. Not sure where this team stands, but they are in the dark jerseys. Your Warriors in the gray.
Well, you know what I make of that, Harry? They either win by 4 or they lose by 4.
Carry the 7. You're correct. Yeah. Sorry, math in my head is not my strong suit.
I am a CPA, so you'd hope I can do that math. But, well, hopefully we win by 4, Harry, and they lose by 4 again.
That's the goal. I'm not sure how the bracket works or what happens tomorrow for the finals and the championship rounds, but we are 1-0-1 alongside 2 other teams right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm just saying we got to win this one. Foster puts that one back to Lauber, who jumps over his stick, hammers it up off the boards. Boulder keeping it in.
Come on, Warriors!
Tip back up and out. Chasing it down the ice, but it's going to be icing here as the Warriors kick it out quick out of their zone. Boulder with the quick start to this one, pressuring inside the blue line. Bringing it all the way back down here. Only 17 seconds ticked off the clock. See how I did that math in my head?
That was easy. Quick. Yeah, it was really good there.
I had to double check when I looked back up at it, though. Nobody knows at home.
I saw you pull your calculator out and double check that, actually.
Coming out of his own zone now. Weber trying to knock it off the boards to himself. Foster in with him. Lauber stepping into the play at the blue line, putting this one in deep into the Boulder zone. Boulder collecting it, skating behind their own net. Up off the boards, looking for the outlet. Kolcheski keeping it in at the blue line. Boulder flips it ahead, back one-on-one right now against Lauber, who has to turn to get into the play. Shot and Prokop with a quick save. Flashing the leather early in this game, keeping it a 0-0 tie with 14-16 left to go.
Still having trouble with that. Their track record here, Boulder. A win over the maize team 4-0 and losing to white 7-3. That's quite the difference there.
It is. Talking to a few of the parents and a few of the other people, their penalty trouble got them into the afternoon in their loss, and their goalie had an amazing game against the maize. We'll see what we can do to try and test them early. Haven't got a shot on net yet. Making that pass up, goes past Castillo, but the hand is up and the whistle's blown. All the way down for another icing call, quick. Had an interesting phone call yesterday. We announced that 50-50 winner. Congratulations, Pam Dawson of Winchesterton, Fieldville, Iowa. You were the proud winner of that $784, but the governor's office was also watching the broadcast yesterday and gave me a phone call saying that we don't have a license to be running any lottery.
Oh, is that so?
So they gave us a pass on it yesterday, but unfortunately we will not be doing a 50-50 today until I can talk to the OTT lawyers about getting that license. And the Warriors just dump it all the way down again. Another icing call. Line changes are made. DeLue and McGowan on D, stepping out of the players' bench is Bodane, Foster, and Haviland on forward. Foster wins that one over to the side. Bodane trying to get to it. Whiffed on it there, then tipped out by Foster. Interfered with the blue line. He goes down, but Haviland skating his way into the offensive zone on the forecheck, forcing him to put that one back outside the blue line quickly. Boulder picking it up, skating around. Shot and Prokop with another save. Hanging on to the whistle as they come crashing in looking for a rebound. Might be in for another test here, Brian.
Yeah, I think so. You know, two good shots there by Boulder, and I'm not sure we've got a shot yet, Harry.
No, we have not. We've only got it in there a couple of times, and most of them have been icing.
That's what I was just going to say. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Still battling for it. One back to McGowan. Backhands that one over to DeLue behind the other side. Racing forward up against the boards. Bodane with it on his tape. Passing that one up to Foster, who's racing across the blue line. Foster looking for that first shot.
Oh.
Sails that one wide of the net. McGowan steps in, keeping it inside the blue line. Off of Foster's stick, Bodine in front.
Oh.
That one goes out, and they're going to wave off icing because it was tipped. Coach
Apparently.
Bevan doesn't like it over there, but Duluth's back in his zone, pressured behind his net by the Boulder player. Boulder controlling deep in the corner. McGowan pushes him up against the boards. And kicked around to the other side. Barrett Bodine with some room on a rolling puck. Flips that one up. McGowan tips it to Haviland. Back to McGowan. Taking it down deep into the right wing boards. Collapsed on top of by a couple of defenders there. McGowan and Haviland battling against the dark jersey players. Comes out to the point. Again, that puck rolling. Kolchewski just pushes it in.
Oh.
Haviland trying to tip it over to Castillo. Couldn't stretch far enough, and Boulder tips it out of the zone. Kolchewski back at center ice. Making the pass up to Haviland. Across the blue line. Makes the pass across to Castillo with the shot. Great rip there, trying to wrap that one around.
A little better action here, Harry.
They're putting those shots towards the front of the net now. Keeping it in the zone for Det. Kolchewski pinching it at the blue line, sneaks past him, but Fredette spins it right quick into the blue, across the blue line again. To Castillo in his skates, looking for the tip. Up off the goalie's mask of the crossbar, I believe. Kolchewski keeping it in the blue.
I like this pressure, Harry. Something good's going to happen.
Chasing it down was Fredette. Kolchewski goes out for a change. Weber falls in the blue line, allowing the Boulder players to come through. Stood up in the blue line there. Taken away, and Castillo on the tracks, taking a shot. Saved there. Gotta throw a shout out to that Boulder goalie. We played with him years ago, and great friend of Kai's and a family friend, Quinn Pfeiffer over there, getting the shutout win yesterday. But as good of friends as we are, I'm sure Kai wants to put a few past him today.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can be friends off the ice, but on the ice, you never want to acknowledge you don't want to score goals. You got to beat them.
Cannonberg across to Bevan at the blue line, walking into the top of the circle. One gets tipped wide of the net. Boulder behind, finding the way up the boards. Popovic with it. Cross the blue line to Bevan, stepping in again with a good shot that's blocked. Coming back, Weber can't get on top of it. Looking for the pass across. Picked up by Manick now. Manick looking for Foster in the middle of the ice. That's another icing call. 4 icing calls so far against the Warriors. 10:32 left to go in this first period. Still tied up 2-2 against Boulder. I'm Harry Haviland alongside Brian Bodine with the OTT Sports Network. We're kicking it with you on Saturday afternoon, South Suburban Sports Complex. Brian, I thought it was Sunday today. That Friday, 2 games of hockey.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was all confused, but I just added a day to my weekend, which is a real nice treat this morning. Time change tomorrow, too. I get an extra day and an extra hour this week.
Speaking of Canada, I was actually on the phone with one of my Canadian colleagues on the drive up here.
Oh, I probably know him. Coming up the far side, Popovic. Foster staying on side. Popovic's taken out of the play there. Boulder back the other side. Bevan tips it as they go deep into the corner for Manick. Going around a couple players, jumps over the stick. Manick up to Foster, off of his skate, missing his blade, and kept it at the other side by Popovic. In one more time, him and Foster putting the puck towards the net, steered aside there by the defender in the slot. Into the offensive zone comes Boulder. Centered, and Prokop is just going to hang on to that one. Hold on for a whistle here. Under 10 minutes of play. It's going back and forth. Still no goals on the board.
Warriors seem to have their feet under them now, Harry. They came out very flat. They had a couple good sequences, really good sequences, and I feel good about this game.
Feeling great about it. Hopefully the players are as well. Shot from the point, blocked by McGowan in front. Another shot behind Prokop. It's underneath him. Still loose.
Boy.
Diving in front. And Bodine comes out with
Holy
it.
moly.
Bodine skates it down. Castillo racing for it, but it's going to be icing.
Our favorite thing to do this game, that's icing number 5. We should start keeping, we need a scoreboard for the number of icings, Harry.
Not the shots. I think we.
Yeah.
2 shots on net, 5 icings later, we're back in our defensive end for a face-off. Castillo set to take this draw. Prokop sees it, steers it back behind the net for Duluth. Backhand up the boards, finding Haviland. Can't clear the zone, does get it out. Up off the boards to Castillo. Them and Haviland are racing in. Castillo to the front, takes the shot, another save. Haviland had the rebound, jump over his stick as he was swiping for it. Boulder clears the zone, back for Duluth in his own end. Duluth off of Bodine. Pass up off the boards to Castillo, he's got the wheels. Coming in, looking in front, backhand, and Haviland misses on another swing. Bodine now trying to stick handle his way out of a phone booth, doesn't do it. And Boulder racing up the far side. McGowan coming back in. Bodine strips that pass. Coming out to Haviland through center ice with Castillo. Haviland gaining the blue line. Backhand in on the net. Fires that one wide. Castillo's there to pick up the rebound off the boards into the corner. Muscling their way through. Fredette now on the far side. Shoving his way off the boards, trying to get past that Boulder player who's holding his ground. Castillo keeping it in briefly. They get it back out. Weber at center. He sees a little bit of a space and he's going to take it. Going around the falling Boulder player. In behind the net. Weber has Foster coming in. Foster takes it, takes the shot. Right into the goaltender's glove. Couldn't make another save. But you're right, I'm seeing some speed and aggression coming out of this Arapahoe team now.
Certainly look a lot better now, Harry. I don't know what, they came out maybe, well, sluggish. I don't know the other word for it, sluggish, but now they're looking pretty good.
One back by Boulder. Looking to find a way out of their zone. Weber denies that and tips it back into the corner, finds the bouncing puck, backhand in front, another shot, and cleaned up and scored there.
Oh, yeah.
Weber with the great job, and I'm trying to see who tipped that in.
I think it was Foster, wasn't it?
Was that Foster? Foster does get the goal, you were right. Couldn't see a number or a player. Great effort.
Yeah.
They take the lead 1-0 here, 7:50 left to go in this first period.
Yeah, good hard battling in front. Perseverance. I like that goal there.
That's the effort. Get the pucks towards the net and go find them. Boulder looking to answer as they come in off the face-off. Walchewski off the boards. Fredette spins and finds it. Makes that pass back, but here comes Weber. Coming in, pass in front. Fredette ends up in the net. Cannonberg skating off the bench. Tips that one deep into the corner. Great defensive play by him at the blue line. Fredette circling the back of the net. Backhand pass in behind. Couldn't get the wraparound, was Foster. Back out to the point. Past Bevan's stick, and now she's going to have to skate down looking for this one. Tips that one back out to Foster. Boulder making the change. Coming off and tipping that one away from him. Foster's still fighting. Boulder gains. Comes in. Prokop sees it the whole way. Hangs on for another whistle. 1-0 to score the Warriors over Boulder. 6:54 left to go in the first period.
Is Finn playing? Is he out there? We're missing a guy. Are we missing a player?
We're just missing Stewart here in the first period for reasons we're not going to disclose on the broadcast.
Okay.
But I'm sure we'll get him back because the team needs him. Popovic trying to tip that one around. They held it in at the blue line. Take a shot. Prokop again. Tracking that one right down into his pads, hanging on for another whistle. Big O and Castillo at the draw. Boulder wins that one, puts it back to the point. Tipped out there, Manic now chasing it down. Couldn't figure out the bouncing puck. Racing in there as McGowan holding it in at the blue line. Back over to Manic, coming through. Takes a shot, deflected in front. Castillo lost it in his skates as it bounced through the crease. Boulder trying to make this big outlet pass. Blocked in at the blue line, but they do pick up the puck. They fire that one in on the proper side of the red line. Icing's waved off as DeLu back in his own end. Up the boards to Popovic. Held in at the blue line, back to DeLu. Crunched up against the boards. Boulder shot blocked, and that one's blocked all the way outside the zone into neutral ice. Swinging at it there is Manic.
That's good
Make
stick.
a pass across. DeLu now skating around a player at center ice. Coming in 3-on-2 with DeLu. DeLu with the backhand, looking for a rebound off the side of the net. Still has it. Manic stepping in off the blue line. Couldn't get to it in time. McGowan coming across. Boulder fires that one in deep as all the players go in to chase it. McGowan behind his net, circling around. Makes that pass up to Castillo. Going around to Castillo at center ice. Into the slot, taking the shot. Deflected and goes wide. Staying on it with the backhand. Out to Bodine, back to Castillo. They clear the zone now. They've got a 2-on-1 head the other direction. Kolcheski on a back check, gets a stick on it. Boulder still picks that puck up. Boulder has it. Another shot, another block by Kolcheski. Boulder still controlling. Wide open in front. They whip on the shot, and a great save by Prokop. A second save.
Holy cow.
Battling behind the net. Boulder winning that battle. Lobber up the boards to Haviland. Doesn't know what side of his body he wants to play that puck. Gets it in, and now on the forecheck as they turn, put it back out. Kept into the point quickly there by Kolcheski. Back in. Foster looking to center to Haviland, who now goes behind the net. Run around the boards. Lobber stepping in at the blue line. Gets taken out there for his efforts. And Lobber's still down. He's getting up slowly. Back into the play. Haviland steals it, takes a shot in, and a save by the Boulder goaltender. Fury of action here in front of the net. Keeping it 1-0 with 4:27 left to go in the first period. OTT Sports Network is what you're tuning into. Thanks for anchoring down your yachts and taking the time on the International Space Station to stop trying to grow plants in space to watch this broadcast.
And thanks to all the fans that are not watching the Army Air Force game too, that rather watch this game. Score's about the same actually.
That's going on at Mile High Stadium right now. Lawler backhands it up to Castillo, can clear the zone and sneaks across the blue line. They're still offside, they dump it back in.
That was a weird play there.
A little bit of mishandle by both teams at the blue line causing the offside. We're gonna have a face-off right in your living room. I'd like to say down below the press box, but we're at eye level here.
Yeah. Yeah, they really do it for you right here in Rink 3. You get the royal treatment here.
Reber tips that one over for Fredette. Coming across the red line, gaining the offensive zone, can't split the D. On his knees, making that pass across. They steered it aside before Castillo could get to it. Fredette still in front. Castillo can't get it. Boulder looking for that stretch pass. Great job there by Bevan to get on it. Fredette at the blue line, sticks all over. Castillo with it. Trapped to Fredette. Shot deflected wide. Out to Cannonberg, stepping in, shooting one in. That's blocked before it gets too close to the goaltender. Boulder spinning it around, getting it back out the other way. Up over Bevan and back into the corner. Icing waved off. Bevan up the boards. In the midst of a change here, Boulder steps in off the blue line. Centering pass goes up over the stick and out of the zone. Hard pass up off the boards. Stopped by DeLu and kicked out of the zone. Castillo jumping into it, coming through, finds an opening, walks in, takes a shot. Another save by this Boulder goalie. Quinn Pfeiffer on his game today, steering aside yet another attempt by your Warrior squad. Foster now with Manic and Popovic. McGowan and DeLu on the point. Won by Boulder as they skated out of the zone. Tipped aside by McGowan. Coming, shot, big blocker, save by Prokop on that one.
Wow.
Foster gets it out of the zone. Backhand and back out, DeLu on it. Makes that pass up, Popovic inside the zone. Checks up, turns, fires one. Goalie gets a stick on it and kicks it into the corner. Manic back over to Foster behind the net. Working his way out to center. Out to the point, Duluth with the shot in.
Oh.
Right on the X of the goaltender, collapses on top of it for yet another save. 2:17 left now in this 1-0 first period.
Some good pressure by the Warriors, Harry. I like what I'm seeing.
I'm loving this. This is some of the best step up and get them going to start a game that I've seen this squad come out with. Recognizing a few new teams here and seeing that they've got to play in their A game. Across the blue line, kept in. McGowan deflected shot over to the far boards. Boulder passes it up and out. That was deflected on the wrong side of the red line, all the way down the ice for an icing call. Offensive draw over Pfeiffer's left shoulder. Castillo, Bodine, Haviland out there now with Delu and McGowan. Face-off won by Boulder. Into the tape of Castillo. Boulder still controlling. Tipped away by Bodine. Versus it the other way. McGowan steps up into the point. Keeping this one in. Great job by Gray McGowan on that one. But Boulder still comes out. Coming in 2-on-2. In the middle. That puck bounced over the 1T opportunity there for Boulder. To the point. Back in. Delu now behind his net with McGowan. The battle ensues.
Oh my goodness.
Top in front. That one's up
Holy
into
cow.
the netting and out of play. Final minute and 20 seconds left to go in this clock.
Furious action here, Harry.
Been a lot of whistles in this period too. Both teams checking each other out. Haven't seen what each other look like yet this year. The boards are kept out. Lauber right in front of you. Tipped up to Weber. Cross to the middle. Kolchevsky at center ice. Coming in, takes that shot. Blockered up over the net there by Pfeiffer. Boulder with the pass.
Oh, no.
Missed by everybody, and the icing is going to happen again. Now under a minute of play, and yet another whistle in this first period.
No penalties. I think there's been 18 icings and maybe a couple offsides, but I never seen anything like this. This reminds me of first year rec squirt hockey and this number of icings.
They're just turning and firing it down. Missing on a few of those stretch passes, but looking to connect. Lauber with the faceoff win back to him. Taps it into the corner for Fredette. They send that out to Kolchevsky, who dumps it right back into Fredette. Trying it again. Fredette stops that one in the corner. Brings it around the far boards. Foster chasing. Tipped out. And Kolchevsky back to pick this one up. Pass off the boards to Fredette. Him and Foster have an opportunity here. Fredette over to Foster. Shot, blocker, save. Oh! Couldn't find the rebound. Lauber's in deep with it. Lauber backhands in. Keeping this one in for Foster. Time winding down on this clock. Fredette couldn't find the tip as it comes sailing through the crease. Goalie smacking the stick, looking for the shot. Cannonberg with the shot, blocked in front. Down to the final buzzer of the period. Not the final shot before the buzzer is what I meant to say. That brings us to the first intermission here. Frantic action for 15 minutes of first period
It sure
play.
was. It sure was, Harry.
Not losing my voice yet, but if this keeps up, I might not be talking this evening. Good thing we only have one game today.
Yeah. What do you got planned tonight, Harry? In lieu of our highlight player, because I wasn't able to catch up with any of this team yet. I think they were partying too late last night. I couldn't catch up with anybody in the gym this morning. So we've got no highlight player. We'll get to that tomorrow. So in the meantime, you just have to listen to Harry and I talk about what we're doing tonight.
I think after this one, it's still going to be nice out. I might just go for a run,
Okay.
to the liquor store and then back to my porch and then enjoy the sunset.
Okay. I'll tell you, it sure was a nice, speaking of sunset, it sure was a gorgeous sunrise yesterday. I don't know if you got a chance to look at that, but it was gorgeous. It was red. It was really nice. Oh, well, we got some time, Harry. You've had more time to think about that trivia question? The 10th team that
It was bugging me, and I did everything in my power not to Google it because I want to be able to figure this out. I went through all the teams that moved, the baseball teams, the football teams, and I know I missed it. You're going to let this drag on all weekend, aren't you?
I'm going to give you a hint right now, Harry. It is in the NFL.
NFL. A team that moved to the NFL.
I think you'll get it by the end of this broadcast.
Chargers moved. They kept their name. The Raiders. Play is underway. Sorry. There's a hockey game going on. And Boulder controls this one to start the second period. Gaining the blue line with Manick back checking on top of him. Cannonberg tips it over to the side. Castillo now fighting with Manick. Boulder spinning back and forth off the boards. Walking through the slot.
Oh.
Good break up there. Now is Castillo coming out. Working his way hard down the right boards. Coming towards the net. Power move. Pass across and a beauty tip there.
Play.
What a pass by Castillo to Manick. He buries this one quick into the second period, making it 2-0.
That was fantastic. I love that good, unselfish play there by Castillo. Sometimes you see him kind of wind up, take that big, hard shot from the side there, just outside the circle, but he looked in front, pass, great feed to Manick. 2-0. Uh-oh. 2-0 lead, Harry.
2-goal lead. That only means we need a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Bevan missed on that pass. She's going to have to skate back over. Gets it to Cannonberg. Flipping that up off the board to Stewart, who's back on the ice. They dump that one in. Icing's going to be whistled down.
Number 19 on the day, or 29. Could be 89. I'm not sure.
Icing number 89. Here with only, or I couldn't do the math that fast. 14:11 left to go. 49 seconds. 49 seconds.
Yeah, they're a good one.
Into the second period.
Okay. Getting a little bit of advice from the fans. He did win it to the corner, so he's listening.
They're listening to the fans. Why do they even need coaches these days?
They don't. He won it to the corner, just as instructed.
But it's spun right back around. Galoo coming through, 1-on-2. Castillo joining the play. Stewart right behind him. Galoo into the slot, takes the shot. Glove down by Pfeiffer, hanging on for that one. Another good opportunity here by the Warriors early in this second period.
Speaking of mascots, do you know who the mascot is of this Boulder team?
They are the Rough Riders, the Angry Horse. The bar up at the sports stable in Boulder is called the Angry Horse. They've got that Angry Horse on their jersey. The Rough Riders used to have a buffalo or a bison or something.
They did. It used to be the Bison. It was Boulder Hockey Club, BHC. Now it's Bison. Now apparently the Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders have always been the AAA squad up in that program, and I think they just consumed the entire program, trying not to differentiate. McGowan tipped to Haviland between his legs. Pass across to Popovic. Off his tape, racing in for it. Popovic stick handling his way through. Backhanded in front. Haviland digging for it. It's taken down into the net. He's going to lay down. He's not making a snow angel. He's going to get right back up.
8 players involved in that. 5 Bison, Rough Riders, whatever you want to call them. A couple of your Warriors.
I like that, going to the puck, playing to the whistle, right?
Yeah.
O'Day now at center. Popovic and Haviland on his wings.
Wins it to the corner again. Kids are listening. Maybe they should say score some goals.
Galoo shoots that one in, blocked. Haviland into the corner, backhands in front. Another shot and a goal by Popovic! In the right spot, right where he should be, finding that rebound. Puts it home to make it 3-0.
And we got out of that 2-goal lead, Harry.
I'm still not sitting comfortable. This is a good Boulder squad. We got to keep pounding this goaltender with shots and trying to put him back.
You know, that's just good, hard-working goals, Harry. I would tell you all 3 goals are good, hard-working goals.
100%, going right where you need to be. And Fredette wants in on the action as he comes in. Takes that one wide. Boulder on the far side. Foster, great defensive play. Weber backhands it in, keeping it inside the blue line briefly. They turn back around, stay on side. Fredette now using that muscle to keep it wide. Controlling the puck, looking for somebody. Needs some help in the corner here as he's backhanding his way around. Comes out to the blue line. Weber looking for something to do with it. Backhands it in. Then Kolcheski keeps it right in the blue line. Takes it back over to Fredette. In front, tipped up off the glass. Weber into the corner, lifting the stick of the Boulder defender, trying to clear this one. Jumps over Lauber's stick, cleared into neutral ice. Lauber back on it. Has two guys on him. He's going to put that one up off the boards. Anticipated by the Boulder player, stepping in the blue line, keeping it onside as they're trying to pressure their way in. Kolcheski behind his own net. Spins it around to Fredette. Eli can't get that one out. Centered and passed out. They get back onside, recognizing that they were on the wrong side of the blue line, setting back up inside their own. Making the pass through center ice, tipped up. Right back going the other way. Foster now going after it. No icing on that play as they go around the far side of the net. Cannonberg off the bench into the play. Foster's all over it. He's a little water bug out there today. He puts it around the boards to Fredette, stepping in. Out to Bevan. Tips that one.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody saw it. That one just went wide of the post. Weak little flipper, but it is what you got to do to get those pucks on net. Jumping over Cannonberg. Lifting the stick there. Cannonberg, great work.
Yeah, that was nice. He's
Back
tough.
over to Fredette, rolling puck. He can't get the handle on it. They still call it onside. Fredette banging his way in. Weber now over to the left wing. Takes a shot.
Oh!
That was just a bit high.
Did that hit the scoreboard, Harry?
It almost hit the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
The scoreboard says 10:51 left to go here. Second period, 3-0 your Warriors ahead of this Boulder team so far. That one goes over Bevan, and the icing is going to be waved down on that one.
Number 97. We're getting close to that number 100.
Almost 100 icings in this game so far.
The kids know if they get in that triple digits, they get ice cream sundaes after the game, so they're really pushing hard for that.
What do we get?
We just get to call those icings, Harry.
We have to say icing 100 times and we don't get anything for this?
It's even longer. We have to wait to go to the bar, how long this game takes.
Yeah, can't even run up there in intermission from ring 3.
No.
Annie with a beauty pass over. Cannonberg shoots that one in, looking for a deflection. It goes into the corner. Bevan holding in strong at the blue line, fighting against a couple players. Over to Manic, back to Castillo. He's got some room in the slot.
He's hungry.
Backhands that one. Off the side. Manic now in the corner, backhand to Stewart. Goes around to Castillo. He's fighting his way behind the Boulder net. In front! Oh! Looking for it. Couldn't settle it down in time to get the shot off. Castillo looking for a shot. Gets that one taken off of his tape. Bevan steps in to help him out. Putting that one back in deep as she peels off for a change, and Castillo still battling deep in the corner. McGowan holding in the blue line. Unbelievable play by him. McGowan now coming in, wants his shot, and just misses the top corner, putting that one up over the net. Boulder has that player up deep. Duluth sees it and skates down. That's going to be calling that a tip.
Okay.
No icing.
I thought we had number 98.
Another tip going the other way. They're just batting this one back and forth. Getting all their steps in. Their Fitbits must be telling them they need to skate 200 feet each play. Boulder with some time.
Sure,
Bodine
giving them some space. I don't know.
Bodane's feeling that. Haviland to Bodine. Bodine up to Haviland if he can turn in time. Skating through, can't go. Backhand in front. Turn around here and Boulder clears the zone. Back on to Duluth. Tips it around. Duluth with a good job playing the man on that one. And McGowan around the far side. Bodine's going to collect this one on the boards. Tips it out, doesn't clear the zone. Duluth now reversing around the other side with the pass to Haviland. Flipping that one to Popovic at center ice. Popovic racing in 1-on-2. Bodine and Haviland trailing. Stops. Popovic, another shot. Rifles one wide of the net. Duluth stepping in off the blue line, holding this into Haviland in the corner. Centering attempt to Bodine, gets the shot off. Saved there by Pfeiffer. Popovic pushing up behind the net. Steers it into the corner for Boudin. There, Boudin walking out with it. Can't get past the ref and the player. Haviland in the slot, takes a shot and puts one home. Stealing it in the corner, walking his way to the slot and burying it to ripple the twine for a 4-0 lead. 8:06 left to go here. Second period action at South Sub. The OTT Sports Network bringing it to you. The Warriors are on fire, Brian.
Oh, they sure are, Harry. And we were talking about it earlier. They seem to either this Boulder team wins by 4 or loses by 4. And they're down by 4 now, Harry. Maybe it's multiples of 4. I feel like
maybe they'll lose by 8.
I think
That'd
so.
be fun.
I think so, Harry. Halfway through this game.
Lauber chasing it back into his own end. Seeing Weber up the far side. Pressure coming at him. He keeps it. Up to Foster, who clears the zone.
I
Fredette
like
at
that
center
play.
ice, 3-on-2
I
action
like that.
coming
He
across
just
the
shoveled
blue
it
line.
up.
Fredette with the shot off of Foster's back through the deflection. Kolchevsky in towards the net. The puck is loose between the goalie's pad. The ref didn't see it. Blew down the whistle, calling the play dead with 7:37 left to go. Foster settles in for the dot. Over to Weber. Gets a sneaky shot off that just goes wide of the net. Trying to backhand it back to Foster as Weber there. Boulder gets it up to the point. Lauber tries to hold that in. It's coming all the way down. Icing signaled and whistled. And waved off last minute.
I think
They don't want the kids to have ice cream.
And I think these refs bet the under on the number of icings too.
Check us out. We're OTT Sportsbook live in Vegas.
The best odds of anywhere around.
We get bribed and we can make it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just like lucky old Pam Dawson who won the 50-50 yesterday. Foster banging against the boards. With some time here, Weber passes it up to Fredette inside the blue line. Getting pushed off that puck, angled into the corner, and then spun quickly back around by Boulder. They make the outlet pass, and then centering 1-on-2, coming back the other way. McGowan and Bevan back on defense. McGowan doing a good job forcing that wide. They got nothing to do with it then up on the boards. Fredette seeing a long way. The steal gets knocked down before he can see the puck. Pass to center ice, nobody home that's not wearing a black jersey. They turn it around, come in, get in the offensive zone. Bevan forces them to the side, getting a stick on it. Hanging up that player, and Bevan's gonna get a penalty for a hook, a hold, or something there. High stick? Her stick was up a little bit high. Good effort there by Annie Bevan, though, forcing that player wide as they were coming in with some heat. Gonna see a penalty kill here now for your Warriors, as the Boulder players are going to be with a 5-on-4 man advantage here for the next minute and 30 seconds.
This is the longest I think we went into a game with no penalties, Harry. It's a
knock on wood or glass or whatever it takes. Let's try and stay out of that box.
It's always those bruisers. You know, you get those ladies, those girls who just play hard.
Annie with a game that I love watching. She plays physical. She steps into the play, holding the blue line. And then forcing that player out, but just got caught up on it for a penalty. Now Boulder's trying to get set up with the man advantage. They have it taken away there by Stewart. And now Kolchevsky coming out of his own zone. Tips that one in. Killing some precious time off the clock as there's a little under a minute left to go. But they're walking their way out. 3-on-2, 4-on-2. Tipped away there again by Kolchevsky. Great job.
Yeah.
McGowan behind the net. Puts it up off the boards. Centering pass. Castillo, I don't know if he was looking for a change there or not. But it gets tipped back in. It's going to be offside. Again, with those gates well inside the blue line there, it's an easy offside where you don't have to tag up in this USA hockey rule. As long as there's a player in there and the puck crosses the blue line, it's whistled down. Still with 38 seconds to kill off. Boudin wins the draw. Lauber comes in, backhands it in deep. Seconds to continue to click down. Under 5 minutes left to play in the second period. Lauber back to DeLu, who's just behind him. He's going to have to come back in. Clears the zone again, all the way down. Tips and no icing. Pfeiffer stops it behind the net for his players to come pick it up. Skating their way through, mishandled there. Boudin couldn't get to it in time. And goes around DeLu. Manic on the back check. Great defensive efforts here.
Oh!
Wouldn't have been off or too many men there. They did a good job controlling that one. Lauber on top of it. That one gets flipped up, and we've got icing number 98.
Oh, we're getting close to that magic number of 100.
Ice cream for everybody when we see the Centurion mark. Except for your broadcasters, Harry Haviland, Brian Boudin. No ice cream for you.
I see the kids talking to each other. I think I just saw Barrett say, 2 more when we get those ice cream sundaes.
We'll see what they do with it. Winning that back cleanly was Boudin. Far side for Bevin, hands it up to Haviland. Haviland gets it to Boudin, clearing the zone. Bouncing puck, couldn't get control of it. Gonna rinse and repeat. Bevin in behind the net. She's gonna go the other way. Popovic waiting on that wing for it. Can't quite see what's going on there, but there's a lot of action against the boards. Centering pass to Boulder. Goes around taking the shot. Blocked there by Bevin. Doing it all. Haviland with the pass up off the boards. Popovic racing for it. He's coming in looking for the shot. Takes it. They get back and deflected into the corner. Now there's Haviland. Can't flip it. That puck has been up on end almost all game. Tipping it back into the corner. Haviland walking through. Fighting against a Boulder player behind the net. Up off the boards. Bounces to Bevin. Doing a good job hanging that in. Tip to Boudin. Boudin looking for the shot. Walks into a couple of black jerseys and they clear the zone. Back to Joey Kolchevsky here. Up to Popovic. Kolchevsky with the shot. Haviland looking for the tip. That one sails over his blade. Foster out through to Haviland on his knees. Still putting it towards the front of the net. Stepped around. Coming in one-on-one against DeLu. 2-on-1 now as the back checkers are trying to catch up. With the shot, Prokop comes up here.
What a save.
Big save one way and action the other way. Haviland with a pass to Boulder. But he's going to keep this puck in, ringing it around the boards as he steps off for a change. Fredette now chasing it in. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this 4-0 second period. Fredette now centering, intercepted in front, behind the net. Foster with a good job. In front he has Fredette. Still hanging on to it. Foster now tries to center it. It's picked off by Boulder.
Another pass to Boulder.
Out the other way. Backhanded in front, loose. Nobody knew where that was. Rolling puck, Boulder stepping in from the blue line. Back to the top of the circle. Another shot blocked. Banging in front. Boulder with these pucks trying to get him towards the net. Defense doing a good job. McGowan hammers that one around the boards the other side. Boulder's going to get to it at the blue line. Backhands it in weakly and then flipped out of the zone by Foster. Dumped that one in, offside with that change again. The gate open, player stepping off. 1:38 left to go. Second period at South Sub on the OTT Sports Network. Thank you for everybody on this Saturday afternoon watching across the globe. I know you're sitting on your yachts anchored in off the Mediterranean coast because you don't get Wi-Fi out in the ocean. But we do appreciate that time. I'm not paying for your fuel to get back out to the ocean, but you can probably afford it better than the OTT can. Shot off the side of the net there, looking for top corner. Stewart trying to get this one out. Castillo with a stick on it. Boulder controlling, still in the offensive zone. Tipped up, but not out yet. Comes out to Castillo. Castillo has Stewart on the other side. It gets stuck away. Manic with a great job there, holding that one onside, flipping it back to his D. Lauber trying to pass that one up. Stewart now inside the blue line, taking the player up against the boards. Manic backhands to Stewart. inside the zone. Up off the glass, a couple of parents jumping back real quick with that power shot. Kolcheski over across to Manic. 46 seconds left to go, looking for another opportunity. Kolcheski now back in his own zone. Cross to the far side, making that pass to Stewart. Castillo with it on his tape. 30 seconds into Stewart, can't get past the defender. Flip it back to the blue line and cleared out, but excellent work there by Weber keeping that one in. Spin it around, Castillo tips it. Bevan off the bench. Pass across there. McGowan now with it. 10 seconds left. Trying to tip this one in deep. McGowan holding at the blue line. Manic with one more opportunity. Takes the shot right in on the goalie. 0.3 seconds left on the clock. They didn't let it run down. We're going to have one more face-off. Oh, we're not going to have one more face-off. We'll probably have many more face-offs. The next one's going to be in the third period.
But we will
roll
not have
into the second intermission.
We will not have any more face-offs in the second period, though, Harry.
No, we will not.
So you were right there. But you know what it is. It's the second intermission, and you know what time it is.
This is what everybody's waiting for.
They stay tuned for the first two. Just listen to this. It is time for the Scott Foster Fun Fact.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the first thing, if you remember, he gave a book review. Have you seen what that book is doing on Amazon now? It's trending. He is getting more activity than the Oprah Winfrey Book Club.
Unbelievable.
That book that he reviewed, the number of views and the little fire emoji by that book online. Anyway, back to the Scott Foster Fun Fact. He's got a knack for having the right thing at the right time. There was this time at my house, I had my net in the backyard. There was a screw in the pipe wasn't put together. He showed up out of nowhere like a genie. Hey, I'm not joking here. He had the bolt that fit right through. He had a nut, and they fixed that net just like that. Foster, the right place, the right time, with the right instruments.
Just rub the lamp, and he will be there. Play is underway in the third period. As always, stay tuned in for the Scott Foster Fun Facts coming at you every second intermission. Play in front, banging around, pushed, and they're going to call that a goal.
What?
How is that a goal? The coaches don't like it. The players don't like it.
And I don't like it either.
I don't like it either. Prokop was sitting down on top of that one. The ref doesn't blow the whistle. And a quick goal here by Boulder to start this third period. We're down to the 3-goal lead again, 4-1.
That's where you would go to challenge it. If this were the NHL, you would challenge that goal, Harry.
We're working on those capabilities, but without the 50-50 draws now, we're not going to have the funding to do it. Weber gets tripped up, and there's going to be a penalty.
Well, we spent all our money on the headphones, Harry, the microphones. So the video is second. We want people to hear us, not necessarily watch the game.
The thing is, do people want to hear us? So that's the question. We think they want to hear us.
Yeah.
They still tune in their living rooms to watch the great video work. A lot of these places are probably playing us on mute. Power play opportunity held in at the point here by Bevan. Goes across to Cannonberg, straight back to Bevan, stepping in from the point. Shot deflected up by Foster, missing the net. Foster back out to Bevan. Tipping into the corner for Fredette. Back over to Foster. Setting up in the corner. Tipped over. Weber coming out from behind. Trying to get the shot. It's loose in front. The zone is cleared. And Weber back in his own end to pick it up. Into Bevan in front of her own net. Making that pass up the far side to Fredette. Just misses. And Foster with the block in front. Weber chasing it down into the corner now. Looking for Foster. Boulder hammers that one back out the other way. Walking out of their own zone. 4-on-5 for the next 50 seconds. Gain the blue line. Good job by Weber getting a stick on that one, then kicked over to the side. Controlling the zone with shorthanded. In front, tipped down. Prokop's going to have to hang on to that one. They get a reset in their own zone here. 37 seconds left to go in this power play for Boulder. 4-1 still the score with 13:35 left to go in the third period.
Power play for our Arapahoe Warriors, Harry.
Power play, but in the wrong end of the ice right now there, Brian. power play unit out on the ice. They're looking at the clock, trying to figure something out here. They're running the clock down a couple of seconds for...
They wanted it to be right, so they ran off 2 seconds.
We run a professional kind of game here. Stewart chasing this one down. He's got the opportunity on the power play. Stewart comes in with the shot and the save. Stewart stumbling from blue line to the end boards. Does get the shot off. Castillo backhand over to Manic. Manic spins off the boards, trying to pass that out to the point. Held in by McGowan. Behind his legs, they slow the pace down. Into the corner, setting up, centering pass. Right out to the Boulder player, stepping out of the box, turning the other way, 3-on-2. Can't get the shot. They look for the pass and miss on that one. DeLue and Manic, Castillo, saved by Prokop. Still bouncing off the back of the net. In front, oh. Prokop, another save. Castillo now off the boards. He's going to wind up the freight train coming down the right wing boards. Going to take this one wide, continuing with it. Manic going in, looking for the rebound. Shoots that one into the mask of Pfeiffer, who's going to close the door, hang on to it.
He's going to want to watch the replay of that play. You had Manic wide open in front of the net. He's going to look back when he watches this replay.
He made a great pass in the first period over there for that first goal.
Oh, he sure did, and that was an opportunity to do the same thing, actually.
Flipped out to the point, held in nicely there. They go across the blue line. It stays in.
It stays in. Wow.
That's a member's bounce right there off the blue line, keeping it in with Bodine in the corner now with Popovic. Bodine skating around the net, tries the wraparound off the goalie's pads. Out to the point. Lauber tries to pinch, now it gets out to the other side. Kolchevsky forcing the player up against the boards. Bodine flips that one across the blue line. Haviland tips it through the flailing Boulder player, knocks it back to his teammate, who comes across, doesn't come across the red line, but the ref had his hand up and knocked it down.
He's got the under on the icings, I think.
Lauber to Popovic. Got some space with it now. Pop coming out of his own zone. Popovic across the blue line, taking this one wide on his backhand. Checks up across the boards. Can't skate through the players, and I can't see through the glass. Lauber across, Kolchevsky at the point. Shoots that one in high, right into the awaiting mid of the goaltender goalie, who closes up on that one with 11:18 left to go. Third period action here at South Suburban Sports Complex. My fingers are getting numb in this ring.
Yeah, I'm numb too.
They've got to keep the pressure on here. Boulder's had some great opportunities here in this third period. Capitalizing on one of them. Bevan at the point, using those great D-to-D passes. Cannonberg with some fancy dingle-dangle. Takes the shot, another save. Cannonberg in deep in the corner with it, centering pass. Doesn't make it to the front of the net. He's going to continue that work in the corner, putting it behind the net for Foster. Foster to Fredette. Can't get the quick shot, holding it into the point. Great job there by Bevan, tipping it right back in. Foster around for Fredette, looking to pick this up. Pressured against the boards by the Boulder player. Foster again behind the net, setting up, looking for the opportunity. Doesn't get past the goalie's pad. Weaver looking for the short angle, and he finds it.
What a
Picking that one up off the back of the boards, ripping it top shelf. Back to that 4-goal lead. It's 5-1 now. Arapahoe leading Boulder with 10:33 left to go in this game.
Weber loves this rink 3, Harry. That's his 3rd goal here on rink 3.
2 in that first game against Vail. Another one here for him. Foster pointing back to Cannonberg like he wants to win this one back.
And
he does
did.
just so.
Oh, yeah.
Quick pass over to Bevan, feeding Fredette. Eli Fredette coming in around the corner, into Foster behind the net. Devin trying to do the same thing as Weber just did. They come across the red line, dumping it in deep. Cannonberg back on top of it against the speedy Boulder player. Cannonberg with good positioning up the boards, bounces over Weber's stick to the blue line. Backhanded in there, can't get the shot off. Or doesn't, it was deflected and blocked. Bevan up to Fredette, who has Foster at center ice. He feeds it to him, a little bit behind him. Boulder puts one off the boards, sending it into the zone for McGowan. Hammers that one off the boards to Weber. Foster off the boards, right out to the Rough Riders at center ice. McGowan fighting behind the net. Now he's just going to come out with it. McGowan with the backhand up to Castillo. He's coming in with Stewart going towards the net. Castillo, power towards up front, takes another shot. Goalie makes a save up off the back of the boards. McGowan now, center ice. Pass up to Manic, and there's going to be Stewart tangled up behind the play with one of the Boulder players. Ref whistles it down. I'm not sure what the call on the play is here. We're going to have to wait to see what the signal is. They're taking it down into the Arapahoe zone, so that means Stewart's going to the box for a minute and a half. Back on the penalty kill is your Arapahoe Warrior squad with 8:51 left in this third.
And I'm just hearing from the producers now, apparently Arapahoe needs to start scoring goals in order to break the tie. I guess it's goal differential. So
goal differential. Castillo's looking for it shorthanded, coming in with Manic, goes around. Castillo trying to slip back and sneak through the 2D. Held in at the point. Pressured up off the boards. Manic with it now. Shorthanded, circling out of the corner. Boulder gets it out of the zone, just past DeLue. Out of his blue line. Hard fall there by McGowan as the blue line tripped him up. Not sure if you saw that one. Boulder just sneaks in onside. They tip that one behind the net. Lauber behind his goal, passing that one up to Castillo. They get it outside the blue line. Castillo picks it up. He's only got 4 players to beat as he comes down the right wing. Still fighting with it. Manic getting in deep with him. Good stick there on the back check. Back over to Kolchevsky. 22 seconds left to kill off this. As Kolchevsky just turns, dumps it down. No icing on the play. Picked up by Boulder behind their own net. 12 seconds left to go to kill off this penalty. Most of the play has been down the offensive zone here. Great job by this penalty kill unit. Castillo and Popovic now. Lauber off of his skate. Back in for Kolchevsky. Kolchevsky around the boards. Nobody home. Boulder pinching in on that one. They put it back in behind the net, trying to work their way out of the corner. Puck's bouncing loose. Haviland comes out with it. Doesn't get it out of the zone. That one just hugged the blue line. And they get it back in deep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
I don't even
goodness.
know how to call that. Weird bounce, and they took the shot and put it right off the pads of Prokop.
What?
As they're trying to get their legs back under and figuring out what's going on, Haviland can't get it across the blue line. And Beaudain's back at his own blue line now. Up off the board, straight back to Boulder.
Another pass to Boulder.
And here comes Boulder on the offense. The shot, Prokop with the save. We're hearing all kinds of things from the truck right now. They're talking in our earpieces about how many goals you got to score, how many points you got to get into the finals tomorrow. Not sure exactly what's happening. Hopefully we've got some information for you as the time's winding down off this clock. It is a runtime game with a 4-goal differential in the third period.
Kids are still thinking about those ice cream sundaes, looking for 2 more icings.
What's up, man? Getting some props from some old friends here, but Foster's coming in. Foster with Burdette, flips it across. It's out of Burdette's stretch. Burdette behind the net now. He's back in that same position, trying to work his way through. In front he had Weaver, back out to the point to Cannonberg. Handles that one in. Back into Burdette in the corner, centering, and Foster with the shot. Oh! Foster couldn't find a way to bury that one. Burdette has it back in and behind again. Centering, out to Bevan. She steps into the circle, takes the shot. Cannonberg on the far side. Cannonberg trying to deke his way around, knocks a player down, coming at him.
I like that play there.
Great work there by Cannonberg, staying strong on the puck. And another Burdette, banging.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no rebounds given up.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting some text in here on the OTT text line. Yes, Scott Foster is wearing a poppy too. Respect there for the Remembrance Day. We talked about that yesterday. All the respect for our fallen heroes. November 11th, Remembrance Day up in Canada. Castillo trying to win this one. It goes back to Boulder. They put it up off the boards coming out of the zone with 4:33 left to go in this game. They're coming in 3-on-2. DeLue gets a stick on that one. Over to McGowan. Boulder circling in the slot with some time with it. Steered aside by Prokop. Pass up to Stewart, who tips it out of the zone. Finn Stewart coming in with Castillo going to the net. Finn Stewart with the shot. Castillo in front.
Oh, my
what happened
goodness.
with that puck? It didn't get to him. Good swing of a stick there. That works by Manic, and then holds it in with his skate. Manic backhand in front of Castillo with the shot off the post.
my
Castillo, puck
goodness.
still loose. Couldn't
Oh,
tip
my
it in with
goodness
Stewart in the
gracious.
crease. To the point, Manic with it now. Another shot attempt. Oh. DeLue keeping that one in on the second try. Blocked by a couple of players. Castillo knocking his player down. Castillo's going to get a penalty for that action. And then the Boulder player goes out and they blew the whistle. They're going to call a second one. They're taking both for the retaliation.
You got to be more disciplined than that, Harry.
Yes, you do. Boulder was looking for, or was going to be going on the power play. But their player went after Owen Castillo, and now it's offsetting coincidentals, keeping this game 5-on-5 with 3:04 left ticking off this run clock. Bodine, Haviland, and Popovic out there with McGowan and DeLue. Win cleanly back to DeLue. Dumps that one in hard. Chasing it down is Popovic. Haviland blocking that one off his knee. Keeping it in at the blue line. Battle is going on where I couldn't see, but it goes in deep. Boulder trying to clear the zone right out to McGowan. Hammers that one back up off the boards. Now McGowan and Haviland fighting for it. McGowan with another keep in there. Haviland comes out of the blue line. Drops that one back. We're going to call it that to Popovic. But they couldn't control the puck, and now Boulder coming the other way. 2-on-2 with 2:06 left to go. Tip to the side. Bodine trying to clear this one. McGowan
No. You gotta
gets
get
it out
that
across
puck.
the blue line. DeLue stepping up into the action. Boulder drops that one back. Bodine chasing it down in the offensive zone. Haviland keeping it at the blue line, but puck was a little bit too hot to handle. Still fighting out to center. DeLue decides to step back on that one, but Bodine gets in on the play. DeLue with the shoulder into the player. To the boards, Haviland trying to clear the zone, gets it out into center ice. Rampage pick it up, almost there by Popovic as he kicked it off his skate. Puck just bouncing. You can't clear it. Bodine backing behind his own net. The other way, he feeds it up to Popovic on the boards. Tips it up and into the bench, and I don't know who touched it last. The refs are going to have to make that decision to see what side of the blue line the puck's going to get dropped on. But we're down to the final minute of play in the third period, running off the clock. 5-1 is the score. Arapahoe Warriors up over the Boulder Rough Riders. Just needing to get this one out. Goal differential is going to come into play and see who makes the finals tomorrow. Weber clears the zone with 30 seconds left on the clock. Foster gets it up ahead. Foster with Fredette in front. Foster with the feed to Fredette in the tip. Quinn Pfeiffer coming across the crease to make the save.
You gotta feel like that was the final attempt, Harry.
There's
What a
only
good play.
14 seconds left. One more puck drop here. See if they can do something fancy with it.
Shoot
Out
from
to
the point.
Kolcheski into the corner for Fredette. 5 seconds left. They hold the blue line, and the game is over. That's going to be a 5-1 victory for your Warriors.
And you know how I like numbers, Harry. Boulder sure likes those fours, don't they?
The 4-goal differential again for Boulder. I am not sure what's going to happen, what time, if we even do play tomorrow. Going to have to stay tuned. Check in with your player. Check in. I'll post it on my Facebook, Harry Haviland, as soon as I get the word from the truck from the tournament officials here.
Well, we'll be responding to text from the OTT text network all night long for you fans. So I don't know that I'll be having time to update my Facebook page. I want to let these fans know I'm listening and I'm responding.
Oh, the OTT hasn't given you an assistant yet to do all that?
Oh, and
so
you know, it's kind of like what you heard about Arnold Palmer back in the day, is a number of fan letters, actual letters that he got. He responded to so many of them. I try and do the same thing, Harry.
Here's the team coming off, heading into their locker room with another dub under their belts. Big Pro Cop with the 5-1 win. They're all coming off now. We'll let you know what's going to happen tomorrow. As always, we thank everybody for tuning in here. We've got hopefully another game tomorrow, but until that time, on behalf of everybody here at the OTT Sports Network, we thank you guys for tuning in as always. And Harry Haviland, Brian Bodine, we're signing out.